Rich Gregory, Denver News Times. Coach Palmer, one for you.
Good seeing you, Rich.
Yeah, good to see you too, Coach. Just wondering, how tough of a decision was it to leave the Giants? Had to be a tough one for you.
It was very tough. When I called Eli to tell him that I was leaving, I really felt as though I betrayed him. We had a tremendous relationship. You know, I think I blindsided him with the decision. You know, there were some other opportunities that might have presented themselves within the National Football League, and I might have taken, but they didn't present themselves. So this was something that I had been thinking about for a long time, and you build relationships with people, and when you break that relationship, it's very difficult. And the thing that, going back to the question over here, every coach, I've coached in the National Football League for 20 years, and every time we get down to the final cut, we cut some players that still can play in the league. And that's tough from a coaching standpoint, because most teams give a player a 3-year window to determine whether they can play or can't play in the National Football League. And if you have a wide receiver, and it goes with any position, you have a wide receiver, he's in his 3rd year, and you've drafted a kid this past year, well, you're going to keep the draft choice and you're going to let the player go that's in his 3rd year. Well, everybody forgets that it took Phil Simms, the great Giant quarterback, 5 years to become a quarterback. Scott Bruner beat him out, okay? So for the Giant fans that just rolled over, I know that's a sore subject. But it takes a little bit of time for players to develop. I mean, I talk with an NFL coach. He has a quarterback. He can't get him reps in practice. He would love to be able to send his quarterback to this league, and then we send him back, you know? And how many teams are going to wait for Tony Romo 3.5 years? You know, that's not going to happen. We're in a microwave society, and they want it done yesterday. But this is going to be good football. It's going to give parents an opportunity to get their son or daughter. They bring the daughter to watch the cheerleading. They bring their son to watch the football game. They're going to see good football. There are good players out there, trust me. I talk with 2 executives that are on very, very good teams, close friends of mine, and they said, hey, Chris, we need this league. He said, we don't have the NFL Europe. We can't develop players. We need to develop players. And I think that the people are going to be very, very surprised when they come here and see us play the caliber of football players that we have. But getting back to your question, Eli and I will stay close, but it was a very difficult time leaving.
Hi, this is John Silver, General Inquirer. Questions for Michael. Can you talk about the complementary nature to the NFL? I don't want to call it a minor league, but is it possible to have players on loan from NFL clubs, as Chris said?
Well, I think it's important during the course of the season for the players to remain on their clubs, for the competitiveness and for the fans, you know, supporting the team. So we don't want a taxi squad where every 3rd week a player could go back. But at the conclusion of our season, we very much want players to have an opportunity to go back and join NFL clubs. The NFL, as you may know, is now contemplating an 18-week season, expanding the regular season by 2 weeks and shortening the preseason. And in doing so, it makes an even greater need for more players in the second half of the season. The physical wear and tear on players for 18 games is really too much, and in most cases, teams are 2 platooning at every position. So having fresh players coming in right around Thanksgiving time is a big boost to National Football League teams. One of the positive feedbacks, I'm sure Coach Palmer heard it as well, is the players from our league that left and joined NFL rosters were in great shape. They added a lot of spark and enthusiasm to the rosters, so it's something we'll want to build on.
We have one more question before we do the photos.
Ryan Smith, just a local businessman and a fan.
Thanks,
besides, shall we say, buying tickets and putting fannies in the seats, is there anything at the business community, any one thing that you can kind of put your finger on and say, this is the thing that could really be helpful to make this successful franchise?
Well, sponsorship helps, of course, as well from a financial standpoint, but our players are also looking for opportunities. You'd be amazed at how many players said to me, where can I get a job during the off season? Where can I get some experience so I can start to prepare for my career after football? For communities and businesses to support opportunities for players. You'd be amazed at the quality of individuals that we have in this league, and they're looking desperately for opportunities because they've already had to face the obstacle of being cut one time from the National Football League, so they're perhaps even more focused on their education. We've partnered with the University of Phoenix on a degree completion program for our players for that same reason. So the player development aspect of it is one of the things that we hope we can contribute with a little better than the National Football League does. So when the players do leave professional football, whether at the UFL or the NFL, that they have a focus on a career. Mayor Curry, again, thank you for being here and hosting us in your city. I want to thank everyone for being here today, and we're all available for any one-on-one questions that you may have as well. Thank you.